A woman fights for her life following a shooting in Rochelle that left one man dead. Just after 6:30, police responded to the 110 block of McConaughey Avenue. Inside, investigators located a 27-year-old woman with multiple gunshot wounds and a 29-year-old man who allegedly shot himself. The woman was transported to a nearby hospital in critical condition. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators have not released the names of the two people. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Rochelle Police Department.